Hi, Mr. D here again. I'd like to go through walking stance punch with you. That'll be our first strike. How we should prepare this is just lift our arm up, make a fist, lift our arm up, put our other hand back to the belt. And what we want to accomplish is as we step, as we punch, to twist, to have our wrists twist. One wrist twisting back to your belt, the other twisting towards your target. So very, very important to work on that. So this is how we prepare. From the side you can see a walking stance punch. Having one hand out, now we got something to aim with. We can go forward and we can punch. Very crucial is our timing, is to have our foot hit our yell, our punch, striking out at our target, and our hand going back all at the same time. So we don't want to step and punch too early. We want to punch right as our foot hits. Backwards, right as our foot hits. Okay? So timing is real critical as we punch. Heights of our punch are important. High section, we consider high section, that would be chin height, equaled with your chin. Midsection would be your solar plexus. Here, like so. Chunji has middle, Dangun has high. Low section would be around the belt height. So, so we have some different heights in the pattern that we can punch with. Now, we can also, as we step and punch, we can also step and punch with the other hand. So as we go back, notice here now, my left foot's forward and my right fist is punching. That's called a reverse punch. Okay, and you'll see that later in the patterns in Dosan, Wanyo, and so on. So we can punch same side, same hand and foot. That's our normal walking stance punch. As we step back and have our other foot forward, we call that a reverse punch. We can also step and double punch. So that's part of our training too. We go 1, 2 each time. So as we step forward, 1, 2, often it follows a kick. A kick, then 1, 2, punch like so. So you're going to see walking stance normal, left foot out, left hand out, or vice versa, right foot out, right hand. You'll see it in reverse, and you may even see it in a double punch motion. Okay, aim those front two knuckles, whether you're going high, mid, or low, at the target. You want to lead with these front two knuckles. Never overextend. Keep your back and shoulders straight. Very good. Next, I'd like to talk about the sitting stance punch. One thing with walking stance is you move forward, you move back. Sitting stance, you stay stationary, you stay in your area. So you have to generate your own sine wave. Okay, so going down, up, down. When I was doing the walking stance punch a minute ago, it was natural. Just as walking, you do that wave motion. Here you have to create it. So make a good sitting stance. Prepare the same way you would with a walking stance. One fist out. Adjust your height, whether you want high, middle, or low. In this case, we'll do middle. And put your hand to your belt. And just as you go down, up, down, punch. And aim those front two knuckles. Good. Never overextend. Never try and reach. If it feels uncomfortable, you're probably not punching right. Down, up, down. Pull, same time back. And breathe out. Good. And Jumbi. Good. Next I'd like to talk about is your reverse punch from an L stance. So you're here this way. You want to punch and pivot. Show you from the side here. Punch and let your back foot pivot to reach your target. Otherwise, if you don't, it becomes a defensive punch. And that's not bad. Maybe an opponent's coming in at you. That's fine. But for offense, for attacking, you want to turn and pivot as you make the punch. All the principles are the same. From walking stance, sitting stance, L stance reverse, all the same. One's going to twist out to your opponent, other's going to twist back to your belt. And thank you. Hi, Mr. D here again. Want to go through some more strikes with you, and let's do the back fist strike. And this seems pretty elementary, and this is one of the first things we learn when we come into practice, when I do an introductory lesson. And really, it's just winding up your front hand and hitting through, striking through. you prepare this by, this is our left hand, for example, putting it in front of our right hand, palms away, or fists towards you, however you want to think of that, and then strike through and hit. If you watched our blocking session, it's the same as our inner forearm. So same type of preparation there. So here, strike through and hit. Each time. Switch, put the other hand forward, right hand. Strike through and hit. Switch, back to your left hand forward. Strike through and hit. This can be performed in L stance. This can be performed in walking stance, like Do-san has it in walking stance. Jung-gun has this in L stance. Okay, but it's just a basic natural strike. A lot of times we use the sparring, just coming in and striking. So you're going to probably be most comfortable with it in your L stance. Your targeting is to the temple of the head. So when you strike, like in your walking stance, back fist, or your L stance, you want to hit to the temple, right here with the side knuckles. Make sure you hit with the back of the fist. A lot of students hit with the side. They do something like that. It's called back fist. Hit with the back of your fist, of your front two knuckles, the back of your forefist, right there. So 1, 2, step, and strike, aim for that temple every time. Okay, thank you. Next strike I'd like to talk about is your knife hand strike. And it's sort of similar, you know, in how we move. Our front hand hits, but we prepare in back. We take our knife hand and put it behind. And we twist through and hit with the flat of the hand, and we're going to aim at the neck. So before we were hitting at the temple, now with the knife hand, we're going to aim at your neck, aim at your opponent's neck right there. We want the hand flat, using the edge of the hand. Bring your fingertips a little bit out of the way, so you know, you have your breaking board, it's very popular for that. You want to get your fingertips a little bit out of the way. This can be performed in an L stance, sitting stance, okay, and many other stances too as well. I've seen it in X stance, and stances we'll cover later. Next I'd like to talk about is your spear hand with guard, okay? This is a fingertip strike. So we want to use our fingertips, maybe go to areas that a fist doesn't fit very well. Sometimes just right to the eyeballs with the fingertips, or right to the throat or the sternum. And that's what we'll focus on, hitting to the sternum on this one. So this is a spear hand, and it combines with a guard. So your hands are up, you spear in, and you guard with your other hand. So for example, my right hand is up, knuckles facing you here, or palms facing yourself like that. Strike in and with your fingertips and hit your target with a guard. You want to keep your middle finger, if you can see here, even with your index and your ring finger. So it almost looks like an arrow. It looks like a spear. Okay, so bend that middle finger, keep the tips even here like that as you strike. As you strike. This is mostly performed in walking stance. I have seen it in other stances. And that's our striking section. Thank you. Our black belts will show the strikes. Gentlemen, walking stance punch, step left first, see, jock. Just demonstrating middle punch, like in Chunji. And now they're going high punch, chin height, like in Do-san. Nice job, guys. Next group will be showing back fist. First they'll be doing walking stance. Ready, stepping left, and go. They want to get up to the temple, hitting the side of the head. Now they're going to go L stance, like Jung-gun. Walking stance was like Do-san, this is like Jung-gun. It can also be performed in X stance. Coming forward next are knife hand strikes. Ready, guys, step left, and go. In Dan-gun, it's an L stance. Good, make good L's. And in Do-san, it's sitting stance. So you want to adjust those feet a little bit. Good job, guys. And spear hand with guard. Let's spear right like in Do-san. Ready, set, and go. And your goal has
right and left spear hand in it. Good. Prepare back, fingertip strike through. And good job, guys. And black belts, give yourselves a hand. Good job. Thank you.